Alright, so here we are at our star station. And I know you probably have downloaded the mod here and maybe have some questions on what to do. So that's what we're going to cover today. We'll go into a little bit of the vision of it and what we're doing here. So as you come in, you see you're in your own very own star station. And you have a couple things here, like right here you have your workbench. This is where you kind of cash in for things that you need, right? Ammo. This is actually buildable, so when you download the mod, you can actually build this workbench on your spaceship if you need to. You can download this or build this, and it'll give you a little bit of an intro into like what you should do. You can also download your destruction box, which I will show you now. So, and it converts it over to weapon components. And why is that important, right? So let's take a look here. If you go into, oh, wrong one. If you go into your quest, you will see Trade Wars Logistics Hub Stellus 8, which is the moon that you're at, right? And it'll tell you. So basically, you're going to need essentially forms of currency like destruction of weapon parts, suits, helmets, boost packs, all types of mechanical supplies. So that is all broken down from there, and the cycle runs every 30 minutes in real lifetime. So if you're playing for 30 minutes straight, you will see the cycle run. And it typically will at least require 15 mechanical parts, but it can require up to 35. And it's just randomized per cycle depending on what logistics are needed. Same with the weapon parts. You can break down all the weapons, and you'll need anywhere between 12 and 28. Same with food. Certain food items are broken down. You'll need anywhere between 8 and 18. And for operational supplies, like this is the miscellaneous junk you pick up in the game, right? Whether it's a folder container tray, something like that. Just junk you have and you realize, oh man, I got all this crap in my inventory and I don't know what to do with it. And I don't want to sit there and sell it for $2 a piece, because who's got time to sit there and do that all the time, right? It actually breaks down into a usable item that you need to keep your star station afloat, keep it going, right? So operational supplies. You have your recovered weapon components, recycled mechanical parts, and of course, I think I showed it already. Yeah, your scrap tokens. Okay, so the scrap tokens are dropped by enemies when you're out in the world, and I'll show that later. But sometimes, if the purpose of this mod really is to kind of encourage you to essentially take care of your star station, keep the logistics hub running. Come on, Andrea. But also explore, right? So you come down here, you can talk to this person, you can talk to all these people, and then if you come over here, we have the ability to resupply a farm. So you come, you drop in your scrap tokens, because they'll need, obviously it's a farm, so they'll need some sort of materials and scrap to keep going. So usually it requires like 50. I think these require a little bit more. But the easiest way to do it is you can just store all, and then it will take what it needs. So to tell you, we read, trade authority farm resupply completed. You still have what's left over. You take it back, and then as you can see, that was operational supplies, which can be some of the harder ones, because we're all kind of conditioned to not really pick up the folders and all that junk throughout the game. So it's kind of hard to train yourself to do it again, since you've been playing this game for since 2023, and you've figured out, hey, I'm not picking this stuff up because I don't need it. You come down here. This is kind of like the warehouse repository where they have stuff for that's getting ready to get shipped out, and just exploring around. Oh, we have a cargo shipment, so let's do that. And this is just lore-friendly ways to essentially, enable you to be able to do, kind of get the supplies quicker and easier without having to really like stress about it, right? So store all again. And now we have 8 operational supplies, and a long haul cargo shipment was approved. So it takes our spec, and it's back in our inventory. So as you can see, I have a couple people here, right? Tactical officer, trade authority trucker. Here's another trade authority mechanic. If we come up and talk to him, he's going to give you a screen, right? So now you can say, okay, I want to actually recruit this guy. I want to check his inventory. All the commands are complete. So basically this is your, like, oh, I didn't mean to talk to him, so I can back out real quick. Or the salvage crew. So I can come over to him, and this is the ability to kind of back out from having to worry about the requirement of having, do I have enough mechanical supplies, do I have enough weapon parts, do I have enough food? And then, because if you don't have enough, the game still takes, the quests will still remove what you have and then apply a penalty to you, which means, your accuracy will be less, your oxygen will be less, what you can physically carry will be less. Like, it's a penalty for not keeping your supply station, your space station fully functional and operational. So that's the the loop, right? That kind of tells you, hey, I need to keep doing this to keep my station operational. Otherwise, there's a negative effect if I don't. But not every player wants to, kind of engage in that lightweight survival mechanic. It's more of like a community survival mechanic, but it's, still it's an issue that maybe not everybody wants to engage with. So the easy way to not engage with that is you just come and speak to anybody that you can recruit. It doesn't matter if it's in your party or not. And now I just hired the crew. So now, every time that cycle runs every 30 minutes, I don't have to worry about what I have in my inventory. The game is just going to say, oh, you hired a salvage crew, and if you're a level 10, it's going to take 500 credits. So it's going to take, essentially whatever the character's level is times 50. So again, for a level 10, that's 500 credits, which can be, hey, that's kind of expensive for that low level, right? But once you get up to like a level 100, it's 5,000 credits, which sounds like a lot, but realistically, you should probably have over 1 million credits at that point anyways. So it's not really as, impactful as a negative, for you. So, again, we just spoke to that person in the other room. I come to him, say, okay, I don't want this active anymore. So now my salvage crew is inactive. Or, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Hit it again, make it active. So any of these people, now this mechanic is in my party, so I can, use him to turn it on and off at will because he is following me. But, not every person, you're not going to have that, not everybody's going to have that person in their party at all times. So if you come over here and you want to recruit them, it actually, because they're actually associated with you, it says, hey, you're dismissed. But then you come back and just grab it again and say, okay, now this person's following you. So now I have 4 followers, right? I have Andreja, I have a tactical support officer, I have a trade authority mechanic, and then I have a trade authority associate that's in field. So if I come back down here, and again, this is, kind of your base of operations here. This is the future launch pad for the next, all the missions that we plan on kind of creating and rolling out within this story arc. I'm not sure why he's hopping there. But if you come over here, staff only, this is kind of your open room. This is kind of your player home. You can come in here. You'll see my Millie whales in here. Yeah, there's my Millie whale. I got chairs. I got everything to sleep. My crew can sleep. I have all the workbenches already here. These already come installed. We have a crew station here. Again, we have more, the resource converter hub. This is where I throw all my excess spacesuits and weapons and food and everything, stuff I don't want. Another workbench, a weapons workbench, and I'll show you what's cool here, right? So, let me get in here, and I have, well, you know what, I need actually a weapon. So let me grab, where's my new person? There we go. Let me talk to you. Let me go to your inventory. Now you'll notice that she has 489 bullets, right? This person, these recruitable trade authority associates, need to have ammo in on their person at all times. Otherwise, they won't, fire their gun. Doesn't matter if they have another gun or not. If they don't have the ammo for that weapon, they won't fire, and that's a design decision. Part of what we rolled out was, hey, we need to give you the ability to craft your ammo and stuff to that just gives you the ability to craft it. But because you can craft it, we decided it kind of made the decision to say, hey, part of the survival mechanic is you have to keep your people supplied with ammo. Now again, the main characters and main followers, they already have it in their AI packages if they don't need it, and we just again we just made the decision that it would be cool to include it. So now if I come over here and I say, okay, I have my person's weapon, I want to make it a little bit better. So I have additional internal mods that can help increase their damage and their fire rate and accuracy and all that. So the Freestar Collective internal component gives me a fire rate of 209 with 46 damage. I can do a Freestar Ranger, which gives me physical of 44.7 and a super fast fire rate of 280, right? And then hair trigger, the normal ones. But we have Homesteader, so that everything changes core functionality of each ammo or each gun's output just slightly. And it varies. What Laredo or Hope Tech might be the best one here, but if you go look at a different weapon, it's like, oh, Laredo kind of sucks, I'd rather use this one. And then each weapon, because of the fire rate being so high and the output being different, like you might decide, let's this Tracker's Alliance, the fire rate's 163 and the damage is only 44.7. Well, you saw higher damage and higher fire rates on other weapons, but maybe when you apply it to this weapon, it's like, wow, this gun fires a lot better, right? And so it's really just kind of finding the one that fits your play style. None of them are better or worse than the other. They're just different, and each player is different, so you'll enjoy it a little bit differently. The scrap token, as you can see in the top right hand corner, I have 12,000 plus scrap tokens right now, and then I have the cost for this is 800 tokens. So I'll add that for my player. That's right, Andrea. That weapon's going to be gnarly. So let's go back to you. We'll give you the weapon again. Go to weapons, duh, and let me grab that, add that to you, go to you, make sure it's assigned, there we go. Now if I go like this, we all pull our weapons. See, he doesn't have any ammo. Let's see what he's carrying. He has the drum beat and no ammo. So you saw he just raised his fist, so let's go to my ammo, and I don't need 11 millimeter right now, so I'll just give him like 1,000. Oh, I gotta set the weapon back. Yeah, there we go. See, now he has his weapon out. Alright. So, and then, you come in here, this kind of gives you an idea of what's going on. Just additional, you have your operations view, kind of like, a briefing kind of tells you, like, what it is, the Autonomous Economic Grid Intelligence System, Aegis, which sounds a lot like Aegis from the UC, but we're in Cheyenne. So you're like, well, that doesn't make sense. Well, there's a little bit of foreshadowing here, so I'm not going to get into too much of it, but eventually the story will come out and you'll be able to understand some of the naming conventions that might not necessarily make sense here. I know it's a little janky and I apologize for that, but this will give you just a little bit of foreshadowing. So and then it kind of gives you the TLDR, the scrap economy, to construct resources for scrap tokens, dismantling. I'm not going to read it all to you, but you can pause, or when you download it you'll be able to see, right? And then special thanks to a couple of the mod authors that helped me out. Huge shout out to my buddy CyberPsyche. He's been tremendous in getting me to the point where I can actually produce something that people might want to play. So and then there's others, like Downfall Nemesis, J Ramos, Wicked, SKK. All these people have been pretty cool in sharing their knowledge with me, and it's been tremendously helpful. I'm a guy that started 5 months ago, and I could do Excel spreadsheets. That was about all I could do for my computing power. And here, this mod has, I think, like 16 scripts and fragments in it. So a lot of grinding, and I'm very grateful to those that have helped me along the way. So now we'll go back to our space station here, and probably what I'll do is I'll cut here, and then I'll show you the next part of the mod that puts us you know, the real meat and potatoes of it, why we're out there, what we're doing, and having fun. So, catch you on the flip side. Alright, and we are back. So, kind of show you, you know, just did out my my ship in the green and yellow of the Trade Authority. Not that I'm really like into the Trade Authority that much, but it's kind of a cool concept for the mod, so I kind of just embraced it, right? So now we're on a planet here. Oh, we have a POI here. It just dawned on me, I didn't show you guys where this is at, right? So here I landed on Kodos, right? Moon of Aquila. And here is the star station, Stellaris A. It's by Stellus, I guess I'm saying it wrong. Stellus A. So we're by Stellus. Is one of the moons here. It shows up as not noticeable or undiscovered the first time around, but once you go there, it's, you know, you can fast travel there. So, all right, let's go in, and I'll show you kind of the cool part of the mod, right? So here we are. We're just on a random planet. We're like, you know what, let's go check this POI. Let's go check this deserted mineral plant. So we're going to get past these enemies here. Oh, don't tell me they're fighting them. Come on, guys. So the meat and potatoes is the Galaxy at War aspect, right? So essentially we inject over 30 micro POIs that are surrounding all the traditional game POIs. As you can see there, we have spacers that have just spawned in. And that's part of the PCM, right? It takes them a minute for the comp to sometimes get in, and it takes them, as you can hear, there's gunshots in the background. It takes them a minute to oh wow, people are fighting all over. Okay. They have their packages show up. And then, so here, oh, we have a miner here. So as you can tell, they'll fight each other, right? That's kind of the crux of it. They'll fight each other for the Galaxy at War part. They drop their scrap tokens, you know. These are spacers that are kind of, you know, just trying to take over anything they can to survive, right? Then we have our traditional miners here. You know, kind of make the world feel a little lived in. Let's go over here. As you can see, we have them engaged now. Oh, the spacers are actually winning this battle. As you can see, my Trade Authority people are down. Now they're engaging from all angles. There we go. Now reinforcements are coming in from different angles. And we have more battles going on. Oh, wow. Okay, so we'll go back to that. I want to show you here, like, again, explore. You don't know what you'll find around here. We might have more micro missions. Alright, we have a comms computer. So now we, the forward operating base comms repair complete. It gives us 200 credits and scrap tokens. So, you know, every little bit helps, right? Let's go in here. I almost stepped out of that. Oh, cool. We have more. Get more in here. We have folders here. We can pick those up. Again, this all breaks down. And because of the procedural, you know, obviously it's not always going to be perfect, right? It's just kind of, you know, the thing. Now here's another one. MID resupply box, right? So you come back. Again, we use the same trick we learned last time. You just drop in the whole package. It'll take out, it'll give you life support rations, mechanical parts, and operational supplies. And then you just take, yep, see now, because we have the The crew hired, right? The upkeep cycle was successful. Excellent work, agent. All required materials were delivered. Any operational penalties have been cleared, and the station systems are stable. And then it just tells you, hey, operational reminder in the Cheyenne MID station. These are the requirements of the cycle for mechanical parts, weapon components, life support rations, operational supplies. Operator authorization includes optional salvage crew support, deliver materials before cycle exploration, and then a little debug just to tell you, oh yeah, remember, if you're gonna run it, you need to have at least 35 in your cycle for your suit parts, or your weapon parts. You need at least 28. You need at least 18 food and at least 20 operational supplies to run it safely. Otherwise, you run the risk of having a penalty. It's not a huge penalty, but it does affect, right? You can see gives you a little bit of the yellow at the end there. Why are they running around without their guns now? That's so weird. Alright, so let's go back over here. Oh man, did they... Okay, I was gonna say, don't tell me they killed him. So the spacer robots. Let's kill the spacer enemies. Why are you not getting shot? Wow, I don't think I've ever heard him say the S like us before. That's crazy. Come back over here. Get our stuff. Oh, to be honest though, I don't usually lower everything down so quietly that I'm listening to it like this. I'm only doing this for the the videos here. Come up to the top, and as you can see, we've introduced all the new micro points of interest here. Oh, we have another comms repair computer. Cool. Let me get that. Alright, let's see what else we got. Oh, now we hear more guns going off over here. And the idea is every time you land on a planet, you just randomly run to anywhere you want to go explore. You just randomly find combat. You find something to do. It just gives you, that was the cool part about like what got me into Bethesda games to begin with, right? The Fallout 4. Like, it was so cool when you were walking in the city, or I'm not in the city, I'm sorry, when you're just walking in the wasteland, you could find so much to do. Like, everywhere you turn, somebody, like a ghoul was coming at you, or some random gang was introduced. Like, it was just the coolest thing, man. That's made me fall in love with Bethesda games, because I no offense to the Skyrim players, that's just, not really my thing. Dragons and all that. Like, it's cool that people like it. Obviously there's a ton of people that like it. It's huge. But it's just not my thing. So, and you can see, like, everybody has their AI packages. Like, she was okay before, now she's scared because she hears all the gunshots. Because her AI package caught up, right? It takes them a second for them to render in and start executing their AI packages. Not always. The longer you play, the quicker it seems to run. But at the same time. Let's see what else we got over here. Got something over there. Oh, that's a ship landing. So we'll go over this way. And see, we're about 400 meters out. So you can see about 400 meters out, especially when the cell is loaded, is when it starts pulling in. Yeah, right there. So they're fighting with somebody. Let's go check it out. What do we want to take? Let's take... we could take that. Let's take... this. Well, now we have ecliptics out. Oh, that one's floating. That's weird. This one always seems to want to float. I thought I took them all out, but apparently I missed one. Yeah. I might have to do an update just to get rid of that for you guys. I apologize. I thought I got them all out. These ones seem to want to float whenever they're placed by non-Bethesda means. It's weird. It's just one of the quirks of the engine. And then you can see if you run in like simple immersive looting, you know, you really pack it up. Oh wow! Did you see the Did you see the sun change like that? That was crazy. So here's more. You can see the battle going on right there. Look how far we are away, and they're just engaging, right? Like, and we've been on this planet for, you know what, 15, 20 minutes already, and we're actually running away from the POI because there's so much going on. You're being pulled away from it because there's just action everywhere you turn. I mean, look, there's new POIs. Now we got new spacers coming in, spacer robots. Like, it's just constant chaos. And one thing I'll show you too is I gave you the ability to make your own medpacks. So MID, you know, Merchant Intelligence Division medpacks, and these fire super quick, right? They're not always the cheapest, you know, and they're not in the game like outside of crafting them yourself. But oh, that was cool. Wow. Just ignore that. Apparently I'm the world's worst shooter. Oh, we have a list colony. No way, that's cool. Hopefully you guys bought that, because since I made it, I knew it was there. See, now my tactical operator is firing at the enemies. Now this one is just, wow, okay, that's cool. There's just so much going on, right? Like, everything keeps you looking everywhere you go. So you come in here. Oh, it's a little dark in here. Oh, we have a power node. Okay, let's turn that on for these guys. Cool. Oh, we have more bad guys there. I think, yeah. As you can tell, you know, and it's kind of cool because they try to they all have different mechanics, right? Like they operate differently based on whatever boss they have with them. So sometimes they'll come in waves, like the mercs like to come in. The ecliptic mercs like to come in waves. Oh crap! You can see your friendlies will get downed. But these are the people, again, so if you're out doing this, right? We just saw this character get downed. So if I come to her and you're like, you know what, I have enough supplies right now, I don't want to waste any. We'll go ahead and make my salvage crew inactive. Oh, jeez, what the heck? Come in here if I need to do a quick resupply. And it looks like this one, sometimes they just don't, you know, they don't work, and that's by design because it's a different one. Well, let's say if I come in here, okay, I'm carrying a bunch of weapons and I'm super heavy. I don't want to carry all this. I can just destroy them real quick. Oh, you know, I noticed I picked up some food here, so let's get rid of this food. I don't think the chunks. Yeah, so get the cherry, the bacon, the milk, the eggs, orange juice, the multi-pack, the apple, and then what else do we have? Anything else? Do we have any folders? Or yeah, we have notepad, notebook. And if you watch, it all gets taken back up. So we have weapon components, mechanical parts, operational supplies, life support rations. But now we have a bunch of shooting going on out here. We need something that fires a little bit quicker here. See, this is one that I got. This weapon I have one of the. I think I have the Trackers Alliance update on it. And again, those apply for every weapon. Doesn't matter which weapon it is, because they all have internal mods, right? So come back over here. It's like, all right, now we cleared out the base. Sorry, I just got yelled at. Oh, hey, we have another one. Here we go. And you can see, okay, we did that one. If I come back, I can't do it again, right? So that's why we call them micro missions, right? They just give you the ability to do, you know, little bits to grab extra scrap tokens, little bits of cash, and you know, give you a purpose to explore because you're out setting up communications and you know, setting up resupplies like this here, or you're out turning power back on for your people. So just gives you an additional reason to continue exploring. And as you can see, so they're all over, right? We haven't even got to the POI yet. And how long have we been doing this? So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to show you, give you an idea, the ideology behind it. One of my favorite games of all time is State of Decay 2, which is ironic because I don't really like zombies, but the components that are in that game are just pretty awesome, right? Like the looting for your community and having to keep your community fed and supplied so they can go out and run missions. That concept really appeals to me, so I kind of tried to use that and kind of create the Starfield version of that. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and you know, I'll get this video uploaded. Hopefully this explains a little bit more of how to play Trade Wars, Gates of Janus, and you know, more to come. So I appreciate all the positive feedback, and you know, provide any feedback, right? Whether it's positive or negative, it's just let me know things I can do better, things I can do, you know, things that you really like, things that you want to see more development around. So with that, I'll say take care, guys, and see you on the flip side.